อ A fox saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. An owl saw the mouse, and the mouse